Have you ever watched someone shred on a guitar or effortlessly paint a masterpiece and thought, man, I wish I could do that? We've all been there, trying to learn something new, hitting roadblock after roadblock and wanting to chuck that guitar out the window. But guys, learning a new skill doesn't have to feel like defusing a bomb blindfolded, though if you're learning that, maybe don't try it blindfolded. Today, we're diving deep into the science of learning, and I'm going to give you count them, 5 scientifically proven steps to learn any skill quickly and effectively. We're talking setting clear goals, mastering the fundamentals, the power of actually the thing, who knew, right? To getting feedback that doesn't make you want to crawl into a hole, and the magic of consistent practice. Stick with me, and you'll be surprised how quickly you can go from 0 to hero. All right, first things first, we need to talk goals, and not those vague, I want to be good at insert skill here goals. We're talking laser-focused, crystal-clear objectives. Think of it like this. You wouldn't hop in your car and start driving without knowing your destination, right? You'd end up at a Waffle House at 2 a.m. wondering how you got there. Don't get me wrong, I love waffles, but that's not the point. The same goes for learning. If you don't have a specific goal, you're going to be wandering around aimlessly and getting nowhere fast. Let's say you want to learn to play the guitar. Don't just say, I want to play guitar. Be specific. Do you want to strum campfire songs? Play blistering solos like Jimi Hendrix, rest in peace, legend. Write your own music. Once you know your destination, break it down. Learning to play any instrument is a big task. Instead of trying to eat the entire elephant in one bite, note to self, terrible analogy, Mark, break it down into manageable chunks. Maybe you start with learning basic chords, then move on to strumming patterns and so on. Setting mini goals like this keeps you motivated and prevents you from getting overwhelmed. Trust me, nothing kills motivation faster than feeling like you're not making any progress. Oh, and one more thing. Deadlines. I know. Deadlines are the worst, but having a timeline for your goals gives you a sense of urgency and helps you stay on track. Plus, it's way more satisfying to achieve something by a certain date. It's like a built-in high five to yourself. All right, now that we've got our goals locked in, it's time to lay the foundation for success by mastering the basics. This is where a lot of people stumble, and I get it. It's tempting to skip ahead to the flashy stuff, the advanced techniques that make you look like a wizard. But here's the thing. You can't build a skyscraper on a foundation of sand. It's going to crumble faster than a cookie in the hands of a toddler. The same goes for any skill you're trying to learn. Let's go back to the guitar example. I know it's super tempting to jump straight into playing Stairway to Heaven or whatever epic song floats your boat, but if you haven't mastered basic chords, strumming patterns, and finger positioning, you're going to sound like a dying cat in a hurricane. Not exactly rock star material, right? Instead, focus on building a solid foundation by mastering those fundamentals. Practice your scales, learn your chords. Get comfortable with the basics. It might seem boring at first, but trust me, this is an investment that will pay off big time down the road. Think of it like building a house. You wouldn't start with the roof, right? You need a strong foundation to support everything else. The same goes for any skill. The stronger your foundation, the higher you can build your skills. And the best part? Once you've mastered the basics, everything else becomes so much easier. You'll be surprised how quickly you progress when you're not constantly tripping over the fundamentals. Chapter 3. Step 3. Active learning. Ditch the textbook, embrace the action. Okay, so you've got your goals, you're mastering the basics, but now it's time to kick things up a notch. We're talking about active learning, people. This isn't your grandma's passive learning, sitting in a stuffy classroom trying not to fall asleep while someone drones on and on. This is about getting your hands dirty, diving in head first, and actually the thing you're trying to learn. Think of it like this. You wouldn't expect to learn to swim by just reading a book about it, would you? You've got to jump in the pool and get wet. The same goes for any skill. Don't just read about it, watch videos about it, or listen to podcasts about it, although those can be helpful supplements. You've got to actually put what you're learning into practice. So how do you actually do this? Well, it depends on the skill you're trying to learn. If you're trying to learn a new language, start speaking it with native speakers. Even if it's just a few words at a time. If you're trying to code, build a simple website or app. If you're trying to cook, find a recipe and get cooking. The key is to find ways to actively engage with the material and apply what you're learning. Don't be afraid to experiment, make mistakes and learn from your failures. Remember, failure is just a stepping stone to success. And hey, here's a bonus tip. Learning with friends or a group can supercharge your progress. It's like having built-in accountability partners, cheerleaders and study buddies all rolled into one. Plus, it's way more fun to learn with others. Chapter 4. Step 4. Feedback is your friend. Embrace the constructive criticism. All right, this next step can be a little tough to swallow, but trust me, it's crucial. Getting feedback. I know, nobody likes to be told they're doing something wrong. It can feel like a punch to the gut, especially if you're already feeling vulnerable about learning something new. But here's the thing. Feedback is the key to rapid improvement. Think of it like having a personal trainer for your skills. They can spot your weaknesses, help you correct your form, and push you to be your best. Now, not all feedback is created equal. You want to make sure you're getting constructive criticism, not just negativity. Constructive criticism is specific, actionable, and focused on helping you improve. It's not about making you feel bad, it's about giving you the tools you need to get better. So, where do you find this magical constructive criticism? Well, it can come from a variety of sources. If you're taking a class, your teacher is an obvious choice. But you can also ask friends, family members, or even online communities for feedback. And hey, we live in the future. There are tons of apps and AI programs out there that can give you instant feedback on everything from your pronunciation to your coding skills. So there's really no excuse not to seek out feedback. Remember, the goal is to identify areas where you can improve. Don't take it personally. Instead, use it as fuel to motivate you to work harder and get better. Chapter 5. Step 5. Practice makes perfect. Consistency is king. Okay, we've arrived at the final step, the secret sauce, the key to unlocking your full potential practice. But not just any kind of practice, my friends. We're talking about consistent, dedicated, purposeful practice. You know the saying, practice makes perfect? Well, it's only half true. Perfect practice makes perfect. Mindlessly repeating the same mistakes over and over again isn't going to get you anywhere. Instead, focus on practicing with intention. Break down your practice sessions into manageable chunks. Focus on specific areas where you need to improve. And most importantly, be consistent. Consistency trumps intensity every single time. You'll see far greater results from practicing for 15 minutes every day than from cramming in a marathon 3-hour session once a week. It's like watering a plant. Giving it a little bit of water consistently will help it thrive, while drowning it all at once will just kill it. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mark, I'm busy. I don't have time to practice every day. I hear you. We're all busy, but I guarantee you can find 15 minutes in your day. Wake up a little earlier, use your lunch break, practice while you're cooking dinner, get creative. And hey, if you're really struggling with consistency, try using a technique called the Pomodoro method. It's a simple but effective time management technique where you work for 25 minutes, take a 5-minute break and repeat. It's a great way to stay focused and avoid burnout. Remember, practice isn't a chore, it's an investment in yourself, so make time for it, be consistent, and watch your skills soar. Ultra level up your life. There you have it, folks. 5 scientifically proven steps to learn any skill quickly and effectively. Remember, learning a new skill is a journey, not a race. It's going to take time, effort, and dedication. But if you follow these steps, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. Just imagine yourself a few months from now, confidently shredding on the guitar, speaking a new language fluently, or coding your dream app. It's all within your reach if you're willing to put in the work. So, what are you waiting for? Get out there and start learning. And be sure to share in the comments what skill you're most excited to learn. And hey, don't forget to subscribe for more awesome tips and tricks to help you level up your life. Until next time, stay curious, stay creative, and keep learning.